How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to an episode here on Let's Build Twitter. As always, I'm Ethan, or Unknown Coder, your favorite underqualified senior software engineer. And as always, if you guys do want access to the private repository for this project, there is a link in the description down below that'll walk you through exactly how to gain access to that. Now, that being said, y'all, let's go and hop into what we're working on today. Today, we're going to be working on this Explorer page, and what this is supposed to look like is this. It's going to go ahead and have this top bar. Gonna have this search bar, and it's gonna have a whole bunch of different things here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to make some new entities on our backend to kind of outline what these are going to go ahead and look like. So we have like a title, we have how many posts there are, when it was, so on and so forth. So then we also have some of these topics. Who to follow is going to be pretty simple, and then it's just going to go ahead and have some posts and stuff. And it looks like this might even still be a little bit different than it was whenever I looked at it last time. So that's fun, because last time there was like this thing that scrolled, and maybe that's only in trending or something. But yeah, so the problem with this page is it's a little bit dynamic. Sometimes it's one way, sometimes it's another. So that's fun, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it together the way that I had seen it. And even though it's a little bit different, it'll be fine. Oh, so here's maybe the one that I was seeing, and it maybe might have just changed slightly. But like I said, I'm gonna do it based off the one I had seen. So let's go ahead and hop into the code. We're going to start in the backend. We're going to go ahead and set up these entities to basically model all of these trending topics and news posts and stuff. And then we'll see what we get to today. Here in Vim, when you go ahead and make a new model for our topic, let's go and say space JC. Go ahead and put this in our models. Whoops. Models. And then this is going to go ahead and be our trending and topic. Let's go ahead and create our trending topic. Here it's going to be at entity. Hopefully I can type today. And at table. So there we go. This is going to go ahead and have a name equal to, I can't type today, terrific. And this is going to be trending underscore topic. And this could be with an S, okay? And then in here, we're going to have our at ID. Go and import that. We're going to have at generated and, whoops, value, maybe. If I could type, I can't. Generated value. Here, we're going to go ahead and have our strategy equal to and generation type, and we're going to set this to identity. We need to go ahead and import that in a second. And then finally at column, maybe at column, go ahead and bring that in. And then here name is going to be equal to trending underscore topic underscore, whoops, ID. And then we'll go ahead and have a private, like a type private integer. And then we're going to go ahead and say topic ID. Go ahead and bring in our generation type here. There we go. Now we can go ahead and set the rest of this. So we're going to also have an at column. And then inside at column name is equal to. And we're going to have trending underscore topic underscore country. Below here, we're going to have a private string. And then trending, whoops, trending topic country. Next we have at column. And inside here, name is going to be equal to trending underscore topic underscore content. So here, private string, and then trending, whoops, trending, maybe, trending topic content. Next, we'll go ahead and have at column again. Here, name is going to be equal to trending underscore topic underscore, and then it's going to be category. Here, we're going to have a private string, and then trending topic category. Maybe, there we go. And then we have a couple more here. We have an at column, and then it's going to name equal to trending underscore topic underscore post. This one I'm literally just cheating, and I'm just going to have a private integer, and then this is going to be trending topic and whoops, topic, like a type post. And here we're going to basically generate some data towards the end of the episode. I'm just going to put a random number in there whenever we generate that. Then we're going to have an at column. And here we're going to go ahead and have the name equal to trending underscore topic underscore tag underscore line. And this one's going to be nullable equal to true. So this one may or may not exist. Private string, and then we're going to go ahead and have trending, maybe trending, oh my goodness, topic, and then tag line. Then we're going to have at mini to mini. And then in here, we're going to say fetch is equal to fetch type. And we're going to go and set this to eager. And then inside here, we're going to have an at join table as well. Go and bring in our join table. Here, name is going to be equal to topic underscore post underscore junction. We're going to go ahead and have our join columns, bring that one in. And here we're going to have at join and column. This is going to be name equal to topic underscore ID. And then we're also going to go and have our inverse join columns as well. And at join column, maybe get type, that'd be cool. Name equal to, and this one's going to be post underscore ID. Let's go ahead and say at, whoops, not at, private list of post, and then it's going to be trending topic and post. So this one is just going to be random post. Basically, we're going to have a random number. We're going to grab some random post that we can just have some data to show here. Because like I said, we're not Twitter. We're not going to go and keep track of all the analytics and all of that stuff. So obviously, we're just going to make some mock data more or less. This should be trending topic number of posts. Let's go ahead and say number of posts. And let's see if and this should be trending topic post underscore count. So let's go ahead and fix this. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring in our fetch type of eager. And then let's also go ahead and bring in our list from our utils. Make sure it comes from our Java util. There we go. Cool. So now let's go ahead and generate some constructors, toStrings, all that stuff. So generate constructors. We'll do one with nothing. And then we'll go ahead and do one with everything but the topic ID. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we can also make one with the topic ID as well. We just don't need the topic ID because it's going to get generated, obviously. And then let's go ahead and do our getters and setters. We'll also go ahead and do a toString. We shouldn't have anything in here that we need to go ahead and JSON ignore. So that's nice. But there is our getters, setters, and toString. Save that and everything's compiling. So that's going to go ahead and be our trending topic. We also need something called a trending news, which is like the one that you saw on the top that is a little bit slightly different. Let's go ahead and say space JC. Go ahead and put this in our models. And we'll go ahead and call this a trending news. Go ahead and open this up. Once again, go ahead and say at entity. Oops, at entity, like so. We're also going to go ahead and say at table. This one we're going to go ahead and just keep as is, or I can give it a name equal to trending underscore news. Come in here. So we're going to have our at ID again. We're going to have at and generated value again. Go ahead and have our strategy equal to generation type.identity. We'll go ahead and import that in a second. And then at column, it's going to be name equal to trending underscore news underscore ID. This one should be a pretty simple class here. So here we're going to have a private integer and trending news ID. Go and bring our generation type here. Also go ahead and bring in our at column because I didn't get brought in either. Then we're going to go ahead and have an at column. Here, name is going to equal to news underscore title. And then in here, we're going to say private, maybe, and string news title. We got a little bit lazy with naming these. It is what it is. Column, name equal to, and it's going to be news underscore summary. And here, we're going to have a private, maybe, string, and then news summary. Inside this, we also going to go ahead and set the length equal to and 1024 because the default is only like 512 or 556 or whatever this is. We need to make it a little bit bigger because whenever we generate the data, it went over a little bit. Then we'll have an at column, and then here we're going to go and have a name equal to, and this is going to be news underscore last underscore updated. Again, we're just going to make up a random number here, private integer, and this is going to go ahead and be news last updated. And then finally at, and then many to 1, like so. And then here at join, oops, go in column, and here we're going to say name equal to news underscore topic, and then we're going to go ahead and connect a trending topic to the news topic. So private, trending topic, go and import that, and then news, maybe topic, I could type. There we go. So that's going to be that simple one. Let's go ahead and do the constructors and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and do a constructor with nothing in it. Go and do a constructor, and we're going to go ahead and skip the ID. And we'll go ahead and do a constructor with the ID as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Go ahead and generate our getters and setters, and let's go ahead and generate our toString. Looks good. Go ahead and clean that up a little bit. So that is our main entities. Everything compiles, that's good. This is going to go ahead and allow us to model these guys. These are trending topics, and then these are our trending news. Whenever you click on the trending news, it has like the summary, last updated, all of that stuff. So that's why we need all of that. And then these ones are obviously slightly different. That looks good. Let's go ahead and hop back into our code here. Now let's go ahead and do our repositories, and we also need a couple of DTOs to send some data back and forth. Let's first go ahead and do our repositories. So space JI to make an interface. Go and put this in repositories, and then I'm still going to spell it wrong. And then we're going to have our trending, and we're going to start with news repository. Let's go ahead and open this up. So go ahead and add repository on the top just for the heck of it. And then in here, this isn't going to take anything in, but we still need to go ahead and extend the JPA and repository. And in here, we're going to go ahead and have a trending, trending news and integer. We need to go ahead and bring in our trending news. So let's go ahead and bring that in. And that's all we need for this one. Let's also go ahead and say space JI, go and make this in our repositories again. And then this one's going to be trending topic. So trending, trending topic repository. If I could type, there we go. And then here at repository again. And then here, let's go ahead and say extends our JPA repository again. Here we're going to have a trending topic and then integer. Let's go and save that. And that looks good. So now we should have our database table. And if everything restarted, we can actually hop into dbeaver and make sure this is showing up. So it looks like it restarted. I'm going to restart it again for the heck of it. Let's go and open up dbeaver and make sure this is working as we expected. Here in dbeaver, let's go and open up our Footer DB, databases, go into our Footer DB schemas, public tables, and we should see a trending topic. So you can go and see our trending topics here. It has all of our data in it. We can go here, data, we have our trending topic or trending news here. And then we have our trending topic post junction. So it looks good. Everything is good there. Let's hop back into Java. Like I said, we have a couple of DTOs that send some data back and forth. So let's go ahead. I think we put these in DTO. Just make sure we have a DTO package here. We do. Terrific. So space JC. Go ahead and put this in DTO. And then we're going to go ahead and make a topic with post. And then let's go and open this up. So in here, this is going to be pretty simple. We're going to go and have a private trending topic and topic. We're going to also have a private list, and go ahead and bring this some Java utils and post. And we need to bring in that post, but I'll do that in a second. Post. Go and bring in this post really quick. Let's go ahead and just do some general getters and setters and constructors. So here we'll go ahead and do a constructor with nothing. We'll do a constructor with everything. Since this is just going to be a DTO, we'll go ahead and do our getters and setters, and we'll do a toString for the heck of it. Looks good. Let's go and clean this up a little bit. Go ahead and just make some space here. Doesn't really matter, but I like to at least have a little bit of space. So this is going to be to basically generate our actual page. And then we also need to go ahead and do a who to follow. So let's go ahead and make another one, space JC. Go ahead and put this in DTO. And we're going to call this who to follow. Go and open this one up. Once again, it's going to be dead simple. We're going to have a private, and this one is going to be application user. Call it user. And we're going to have a private set. And this is going to be application user as well. And then this is going to be, followers. And then here, let's go ahead and let's import our private set here. And hey, And then let's go ahead and set up our get constructors and getters and setters. So generate constructors. Just going to go ahead and have nothing in it. Go ahead and generate constructors with both in it. There we go. Looks better. Let's go and just make some space here to make it look prettier. We'll go ahead and generate our getters and setters. We'll go ahead and generate our toString. And that looks good. There is our DTOs. Now we can go ahead and start working inside our discovery service to be able to start setting all this stuff up. Discovery service is going to be kind of like the bulk of the work here. So let's go ahead and hop in there and just start grinding away. Inside the discovery service, we can go ahead and bring in a few things. So let's go below our user repository here. And let's start bringing in our other repositories. So private final, and we're going to go ahead and have our trending topic repository. Go ahead and call this our trending topic repository. We also need a private, maybe private final, and we need our trending news repository. Go ahead and call this our trending news repository. Okay, and then we also need our post service. So private final post service, and excuse me, I had a hiccup, post service. Let's go and bring these in to our constructor here. So we're going to go ahead and have our trending topic repository. Trending topic repository. We're going to have our trending news repository. Trending news repository. And we'll have our post service. Let's go and bring in post service, post service, post service. We need to clean this up a little bit. We can come below our user repository. This dot, and then we'll have our trending topic repository is equal to trending, topic repository, this dot, and then, trending news repository, if I could type, is equal to our trending news repository. I typoed something. And then finally, we'll have our service here. So this dot post service is equal to post service. I don't know why it's being mad at me. And I don't know why post service isn't showing up there, but it is what it is. I'm sure it's fine. I guess if it's not being used outside the constructor, it doesn't count it. I guess, I don't know. So now we need to go ahead and go through and just start setting up some of these different functionalities, I guess, that we're going to have. I'm just going to go ahead and come down here and start setting these up. So first we'll say public list, and this is going to be a who to follow response. And I guess we didn't make their who to follow response, or did I name it wrong? Let's see. Yeah, okay, that was supposed to be who to follow response. I only called it who to follow. It is what it is. So get who to follow, like so. Who to follow, and this is going to have a string token, and it's going to have an integer count. Okay, so we're going to use this across a couple different places, so that's going to be fun, but it is what it is. List of application, application user. We need to go ahead and bring in that list possibly. Nope, we already have it. It's good. So here we're going to go ahead and say random users is equal to, and this one's going to go ahead and be get random users for suggested and pass in that token. So just going to go ahead and just passes in a bunch of random users. Now we're going to go ahead and return and random users and dot sublist. We're going to go ahead and bring in 0, count. And here we should probably have a safeguard in place. Although I think if we like pass in a number too big, it just returns the entire list. So it's probably fine. Go ahead and do stream. We need to go ahead and dot map. And then here we're going to go and have user, have a lambda function, clean this up a little bit. And inside this lambda function, we're going to have a set of application user. And this is going to be followers is equal to user.get followers. And then we're going to go ahead and say return new and who to follow response, or who to follow, and the user and followers. And then from here, what we're going to go ahead and do is say dot collect, and that's going to be collectors dot to and list. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and do this. I don't remember exactly the logic behind this, to be honest. So it's because we don't have the followers of the people because of the circular dependency inside of user. So we're basically remapping them. That makes sense. Next, we're going to go ahead and have a public list of trending and topic. Let's go and bring in trending topic here. Get, and this can be random topics. And then here it's gonna have an integer, integer count. So it's just gonna go ahead and, like it says, return a bunch of random topics, list trending topic. And this is gonna go ahead and be all topics. This is not efficient whatsoever, but it is what it is. And this one is gonna go ahead and be called all topics is equal to, and trending topic repository. And this is gonna go ahead and say dot find all. We want to go ahead and get like only the top from like the day or something, but it is what it is. Collections dot shuffle. And then here we're gonna go ahead and shuffle those all topics. And then finally we're gonna go ahead and return all topics dot sublist. And then go ahead and say 0, count. Okay. Next we're going to do our news, so public list and trending news. Go ahead and bring in trending news if we need to. It's going to be get random news. Here say integer count again. Inside we're going to say list of trending news. And then here we're going to go ahead and say all news again is equal to, we're going to have our trending news repository. I don't know why that's not showing up, but whatever. Find all. Just go ahead and get all of our trending news again. Go ahead and say collections.shuffle. Again, if you were actually at Twitter, you would probably have like an analytics that's going to go ahead and look through all of the posts and all that stuff. Probably like a stored procedure on the back end or on the database that does all this for you, but it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and return the all news.shuffle or sublist. We're not doing all that because we don't have all the analytics and all of that stuff. So go ahead and put count here. That's why we're just kind of mocking this and doing random. We don't really care about all of the logic that Twitter has in place because we're not Twitter. Finally, have a public list and topic with post. Here we're going to say get, and this one is going to be called random and topics and posts. And it seems like this is a part that Twitter changed on me between whenever I actually set up this code and I'm recording it, which is fun, but it is what it is. I have a list of trending topics, and this is going to be all topics equal to trending topic repository dot find all. And this call takes forever to finish, but again, I don't really care. I'll have a list of post, call this all post, and it's going to be equal to post service dot, and then we're going to say get all post. Next, we're going to have a list of topic with post, and this is going to go ahead and be equal to topics with post topic with post equal to, there we go, a new array list. Okay, go and open that up, and we're also going to go and have a random, and go and import random, call this rand equal to a new random. Now it's going to say for int I equal to 0, I is less than our count, I plus plus. But basically it's going to go ahead and generate a bunch of random things here. We're going to have a list of post, and here we're going to go ahead and have associated post is equal to a new array list. Go ahead and bring that in, int random, and then topic index is equal to rand.nextInt, and here we're going to go ahead and say all topics dot size. Basically go ahead and just grab a random topic out of here. So we're going to have trending topic, and then we're going to call this topic is equal to all topics dot get. We're going to go and have our random topic index. Next we're going to go and have for j equal to 0, j is less than 4, and j plus plus. Again, this is not a very efficient call, but it is what it is. Int, and then random post index is equal to rand.nextInt. Go ahead and pass in our all post.size so we don't go over. And then, then we'll go ahead and say associated post.add. We're going to go and add that. Then we're going to say all post.get. We're going to go ahead and pass in that random post index. So we're going to also go ahead and grab a random post here. And then finally, we're going to come outside of this double for loop. We're going to say topics with post. And I spelled something wrong. Topic with post. And that's supposed to be S, whatever. Add. And then it's going to be new topic with post. We're going to go ahead and pass in that topic. We're also going to go and pass in the associated and post. Go ahead and do this. Then we're going to come outside of the double for loop. And this is going to go ahead and say return topic, with post. Okay, let's go ahead. And I guess I did something wrong with new array list, or just because of that. Okay. And then associated post. I probably typoed. Let's go and fix that. Looks better. Okay. This isn't JavaScript. We need an int there. Okay. And then I spelled associated wrong. Associated. Oh my goodness. Let me just copy this. I really screwed this up. Copy this. Come down here. Let's go and paste it in here. This is going to be a little bit of a longer episode. I'm sorry, y'all. And save that. Okay, there we go. So basically all we're doing is getting all of the posts, all of the topics, and then we're just basically looping through and creating as many topics as we need with 4 random posts. You could have made also like a count of how many posts you want in there as well. But whenever I was looking at it, it was basically just 4. So that's how we're going to go ahead and do that. Again, not very performant. Twitter probably has some advanced algorithm to do this for us. We're just putting some random stuff together. Finally, let's just go and get some random posts for this. So public list of post. And this is going to be get random post like so. Go ahead and do this. Here, let's go and say list of post. And then we're going to go ahead and say all post is equal to post service dot and then get all post. Looks good. And then we're going to go and have our collections dot shuffle. So go ahead and make this random and then go ahead and put in all post like we normally do. And then finally we'll go ahead and return all post, maybe all post dot sublist. Go ahead and pass in 0 and count. So that's everything inside of, and I forgot to bring in count. Oh, we're just going to do 100, 0 and 100. So that's everything inside of our discovery service. We're starting to get a little bit long. We're not quite done yet. So I don't think we're going to have time to test all of these today. I do want to get all of the testing data in. And then the next episode, we're going to start going through and like putting all this together in the front end. So obviously we'll be able to test it there. But these are pretty simple. I'm not really concerned about them not working, to be completely honest, especially whenever we're going to be implementing them right in the next episode. So with that being said, let's go and hop into the discovery controller and start wrapping up the rest of this code before hopping into our data.sql and adding in our testing data. Now let's start setting up our associated mappings here. So let's just come below our get mapping for user/suggested. Going to get a get mapping going. Here, this is going to be the slash, and this is going to be users/ follow. Here we're going to have a public list of application user. Actually, I lied. This is who to follow, and I typoed that, but it's fine. Get who to follow. And then here we're going to have an request header. Bring that in if we don't have it. We're going to go and have it HTTP. If I could type headers.authorization. Go ahead and bring in that. And then here we're going to have our string token. We're also going to go and have an @request param. Go ahead and bring in @request param. Here we're going to add and say integer count like so. Open this up. We're going to go ahead and return our discovery and service. If I could type .get who to follow. Go ahead and pass in the token and the count. And let's make sure that I have the caps locks off. And let's also go ahead and make sure I have our semicolon. Next we have @get mapping. This is just going to be to slash and then trending. Here we're going to have a public list. And this is going to go and be a trending topics. Here we're going to say get trending topics. This one is just going to go ahead and take an @request param as well. This is going to be an integer count. How many do we want to go ahead and get? Return our discovery service, discovery service dot get random topics. Go and bring random topics in. Go and pass that count. Looks good. We might need to import our trending topics. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see, trending topics, change to trending topic. Let's go ahead and fix that really quick. Get rid of that S. Let's go and import trending topic. That looks better. Next, we'll have another @get mapping. This one is going to go ahead and be to slash, and this one is news. Inside here, I have a public list, and this is going to be a trending news. Inside trending news, we're going to go ahead and say get trending news. This is again, you're going to have an @request param, and then this one is going to have an integer count again. We're going to go ahead and return our discovery service .get and news, or get random news. There we go. Pass in the count. Looks good. Next, we're going to have our topic with post. So get mapping, and this is going to be slash and topics slash post. Here we're going to have a public bucket type, public list, and this one is a topic with post DTO. And then here we're going to say get topics with post. We're going to have @request and param and integer count. We're going to go ahead and return our discovery maybe service dot, and then get random topics and post. Can't type, pass in that count. And then finally, we're going to have one for post @get mapping, and this one will be slash post. Here we're going to have a public list of post. Go ahead and bring in our post here. Doesn't want to show up. That's fine. We'll do this in a second. Go ahead and call it get post. And then finally, we're going to have and return our discovery service, maybe like a type .get random post. Go and bring that in, and that's not going to take into account anything. Let's go and import our post. That looks good. And that's basically all of the Java changes. We're at 35 minutes here, so we don't really have too much more time to mess around with this morning. So that's why I said we're probably going to go ahead and have to test it out as we get going, but that's absolutely fine tomorrow or whenever I record the next episode. Now, the last thing that I do want to do is open up our data.sql here. So here in data.sql, we're going to have to go ahead and turn in or bring in some more users and whatnot. So the best way for me to do this is just to copy paste them in here. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to either put them inside of the Google Doc that I had all of the different like SVGs and stuff that I haven't updated in a long time, which I probably should, but you guys can get the SVGs very easily, or I'm going to put it in the description depending on how long and if it lets me put it in the description. But basically what we're going to go and do is we need to add in some new users for who to follow. We need to add in those topics and all that stuff. We need to add in following and followers and all of that stuff as well. So basically we're going to go ahead and insert a bunch of users. Let me go ahead and copy the users. So we're going to come below Beth Smith here. Go ahead and paste in the users. Yes, I want to paste anyway. So we added in about 100 users here. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this user role junction values because we're going to go ahead and add in all of the roles as well. So let's go and delete this. If you guys are wondering, I just got all this data off of Macaru. So if you guys want to generate this data just by yourselves, you could as well. But now I'm going to go ahead and copy over our user role junction table data. Go and paste that in as well. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and update this following and followers. I don't know why we got rid of all of our following and followers, but we're going to go ahead and delete this. We're going to go ahead and copy in just some new ones here. So copy and paste those in. Those ones are pretty simple. And then we're going to go ahead and set up a whole bunch of following values basically for all the other users. So let's just go ahead and copy in the following data for all the other random users. Okay, like I said, I'll go ahead and leave this either somewhere in the description. And also we need to go ahead and create all of the data for our trending topics and whatnot. So let's go ahead and come to the bottom of this page here. And then let's come over. Like I said, this is a lot of data, but we need it for testing and whatnot. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is more or less split this into different files eventually. I just haven't gotten to that point. Now let's go ahead and grab the data for our trending topics. So there's all of our trending topics. We also want to go ahead and grab the data for our trending topic and post junction table. Again, completely random. We also want to grab the data for our trending news, and that should be everything. Let's go ahead and save this. Let me go back to the top. So now we have added in trending news data. We have added in some trending topics data. we've added in random post or connected random post, basically to our trending topics. We also added in some new users and following in data and all of that stuff. That way, what we can go ahead and do is view who to follow and all that stuff. So let's just go back to the top here to show all the data that we added. So like I said, I'm not going to have you guys type all this out, obviously. If I can put it inside of the description, if I have space, I will add it to the description. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it inside that Google Doc that I have linked in the description that has all of the data in it. And what I want to do last before we go ahead and sign off for the morning is obviously I want to go ahead and restart the application. Make sure I don't have any duplicates in here. I should have gotten rid of all the duplicates because obviously I went through and tested this. But sometimes things change, sometimes things happen. This isn't a perfect science. I still haven't gotten it perfectly done. So I'm going to just go ahead and scroll all the way to the top so you can see all the data we have here. And it's going to be a lot smarter for me to probably go ahead and start putting these into their own things. Like have a post.sql, which I tried before, I just didn't know how to set it up. But I've looked into it. It seems pretty easy to set up. You just need to go ahead and do it in some configurations. So I can make like a post.sql, users.sql, so on and so forth. That does all this stuff. Shouldn't matter which order. So looks good. Hopefully I didn't accidentally copy this twice. 9106, is that what this one starts with? 1069. Oh, it's the opposite because we have a following and our followers. Perfect. So everything is looking good here. We still have these followers. Still have all of these followers. And we have our user role junction and all of our new users. We added like 100 users. And cool. Everything looks good. Make sure that looks good. Let's go into our application and restart because it doesn't restart whenever we touch that. Let's just make sure this is loading properly and see if our data is there, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up the episode. Okay, relation trending topics does not exist, so I must have typoed something here. Oh, I typoed this should be trending and I put a T in. There we go. Let's try again. I have an error, but that's fine because it's regenerating some stuff. That's much better. Let's go ahead and refresh our tables here. Make sure we actually spell trending right. That actually helps. Did I do the same thing with news? No, I did not. Okay. Now we have our trending topics and we can see we have all of our data. We go into trending news. We have all of our data. Trending topic post junction. We have all of our data. Then we go into like users. We should have a bunch more users as well. So go into users. We have more users. And perfect. So everything is looking good there. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. I know not a super exciting one, and I did have a small typo that broke some things, but we're up and running again, so everything's good. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Everything helps out here with the YouTube algorithm. If you do want to see we start from absolute scratch to get to point out, there's going to be a playlist and end card like right over here. With that being said, y'all, hope you did enjoy. This has been Ethan, or Unknown Coder, and I'll see you all in the next video.